Hello, everyone. Welcome to Adult Storytime. I'm your host and also the author of Plenty of Laughs, One Woman's Journey Navigating the Online Dating Waters. And today I will be reading an excerpt from my first chapter, Mother Knows Best. So let's begin. My mother, just like many mothers, knows everything. Pre-Google, pre-Siri, and pre-Alexa, my mother could not only give you directions, but tell you the capital of Dubai, the city where Louis XIV died, the meaning of an epistolary novel, as well as the origin story behind the birth of country music. Aside from her expert knowledge of trivia, which always crowned her Jeopardy champion in our house, she also knew exactly what I needed and didn't need in my life. This, of course, extended to matters of the heart, in particular to my romantic relationships. She wasn't a fan of my current boyfriend, Mike. Okay, that was the understatement of the century. To say it bluntly, she hated him. He was short, stocky Italian, juiced up with tattoos all over his body, a fake tan courtesy of the local tanning bed, and gelled hair so stiff it could combat terrorism. Complete with the gold chain that was probably stolen, he was a walking stereotype. The tattoo of an 8-ball on his neck should have been a dead giveaway, but in my 19-year-old state, I actually believed he was an avid billiards player. He was the bad boy, and I was the sheltered girl, desperate to have fun and live dangerously unencumbered by the strict set of rules and etiquette to which I was so accustomed. When he spoke, well, let's just say there were things that should remain unsaid, and he didn't adhere to that code of conduct, or any for that matter. He had a 3-word vocabulary that he liberally sprinkled into conversations, and the words weren't, I love you. Every other word out of his mouth was broad, fuck, or cocoa butter. These 3 topics defined his talking points. Again, I was painfully unaware that cocoa butter was code for cocaine. I guess I should have suspected that it meant something because no normal person talks about lotion that much. I was in love or in lust or whatever you call it at that age. Maybe I was high off the fumes emitted from the daily shower he took and Axe body spray. He wasn't the most eloquent of orators, but I wasn't dating him for that. Honey, why do you always bring home these losers? My mother said as she dried the dishes, her towel carefully circling each dish, her eyes fixating on the china to avoid eye contact. One thing about my mother is that she's always busy. Busy, being busy, is what I call it. She's incapable of sitting down and having a conversation. All of our talks are secondary to watering the plants, organizing the cupboard, clipping coupons, or anything else that is written on her daily list of things to do. Mom, are we seriously going to do this again? I said, rolling my eyes and reconsidering my decision to stop by for a visit. He looks like a thug, sweetie. Those tattoos, she said, shaking her head with utter disgust. Are any of those gang related? I saw a highly informative program on 2020 last week about gangs. You really should watch more educational programs instead of that reality television filth, says the woman who never misses the ABC daytime soap opera lineup, I muttered underneath my breath, just loud enough for her to hear me. That was a long time ago, Dana. I've evolved since then. Anyway, I learned the tattoo in the shape of a teardrop represents that the person has killed someone. Mom, he doesn't have a teardrop tattoo and he didn't kill anyone. How can you be so sure? Do you even really know this guy? He might be a member of the Crips or the Bloods. You think they're far away, but they could be in our neighborhood. They wear bandanas to show their colors. I'm pretty certain he's not a homicidal gang member. You can never be too careful, sweetie. Does he wear red or blue a little too often? In fact, if my memory serves me correctly, I think I saw him wearing red last week, she said, nodding her head in confirmation, as if she had just made some noteworthy discovery. Mom, you're being ridiculous. I'm not following your reasoning. So anyone who wears red or blue must be a gang member? Dismissing my question with the wave of her hand, she continued, have you seen him do anything funny with his fingers? Funny with his fingers? I asked, puzzled by her question. There was a segment on gang signs. Members used the signs to notify rival gangs of their associations. It looked something like this. She twisted her fingers around and displayed them, impressed with herself for having mastered one of the signs she had observed on the television program. Mom, stop. My boyfriend is not in a gang and doesn't throw gang signs. You don't have to worry. We might have to agree to disagree on that subject. It's just that you deserve so much better, sweetheart. I really don't know what you see in him. You don't know what I see in him, Mom? It's pretty simple. He's hot. My response was terse and direct. He was sexy. There was no further explanation needed. You can't always go by looks, Dana. I'm sure Ted Bundy's victims were drawn to his physical appearance, and look where that got them. That's the end of the excerpt. If you're interested in reading more, buy my book, Plenty of Laughs, One Woman's Journey Navigating the Online Dating Waters, available on Amazon.com. Thank you for joining me for Adult Storytime. Have a wonderful day.